All right, thanks for joining me for another dozen or so Southern rap albums. And we're going to start off with Light Up the Bomb. This is 8 Ball and 8 Ways Entertainment. So it's put together by 8 Ball, who is one of my favorite rappers of all time, from 8 Ball and MJG, of course. This album came out in 2006, independently, 8 Ways, 8 Ball's label. This was not up to the quality I was expecting from 8 Ball. He does have a crew of rappers. Doesn't really seem like it amounted to a whole lot. But 8 Ball's all over it. His new guys are all over it. The definite standout here is the closer, the title track, Light Up the Bomb. This is a release called Hustler's Heaven by Meg. This came out 1998, Relativity Records, and he was from, not Memphis, Nashville, Tennessee. I never really heard much about this. I remember I saw a couple ads in the source back at the time. The only guest appearance I see on here is Gangsta Boo from 3 6 Mafia. So again, I haven't played this in forever. Couldn't tell you much about it, but I'm intrigued. I'm gonna put that to the side. P.D. Pablo, Diary of a Sinner, first entry. This was the debut album by P.D. Pablo, 2001, on Jive. Raise Up, that's the song that introduced him to the world. Pretty fun for a single. But my favorite one on here was Fool for Love, which is more of a relationship song, but that was pretty well done. I always liked that one. Does anyone remember several years after this when P.D. Pablo became closely associated with Suge Knight and he was going to sign to Death Row and nothing really happened? That was kind of weird. T.I. presents the PSC, otherwise known as Pimp Squad Click, 25 to Life. I've never been a big T.I. guy. I'm not gonna go too much into that. I'm gonna look at some T.I. albums momentarily. But this was his group album, came out in 2005. I thought it was pretty ordinary, but the song I quite liked was number 3, Where You From. Just look at those T.I. albums. The first one was, I think that's when he was going by Tip, T-I-P. And I think it was called I'm Good. But in any case, there were some cool tracks on there. But the number 1 was Hotel featuring Too Short. I still have that song to this day. But this was when he changed his name to T.I. and put out his second release, Trap Music. This album is what brought him big acclaim. Both mainstream and underground fans really were into this one. And I did buy it right away, although I immediately thought he was pretty overrated. Let's see. Rubber Band Man and Doing My Job. Those ones stick out to me. Was it the next one? Let's see. 2003. 2004. Urban Legend. I played this album a little bit more than Trap Music. My favorite song here was the closer, My Life. I've always been a sucker for Daz Dillinger. He's one of my favorite rappers, and he's on that one. And you got What They Do featuring BG. BG finally got out of jail a couple days ago. Good to see. Triple F Life by Waka Flocka Flame. For years, I never paid attention to Waka Flocka. And then I started listening to some of those mixtapes, Salute Me or Shoot Me. And I was surprised by the quality I was finding on there. I thought it was really good. So I went to the store and bought this one here. And that was pretty good. Let Them Guns Blam. Candy Paint and Gold Teeth. Ain't About That Life. There's several more. I guess I'm just kind of forgetting my track listing. Waka Flocka hasn't done anything in a very long time. I think he got into the EDM scene, was making a lot of money just touring that kind of stuff. I don't know what he does now. He's kind of disappeared. Nappy Roots, Wooden Leather. This was a group from Georgia, if not Atlanta, 2003. Atlantic Records. Remember some friends of mine were into the album before this. I remember I liked this one, but I don't have any tracks to drop for you. This is a good one. Gangsta Black, I Am the Gangsta. This is 1998, Super Sig Records. Gangsta Black was one of the legendary early names in Memphis hip hop. You know, if you're into like the old style 3-6 Mafia sound, definitely something for you, but a little bit more classic gangster rap and less of the 3-6 style. We're gonna stay in Memphis. The World Ain't Enough. This was his third full-length album, 2000 on Rap-A-Lot. The World Ain't Enough, the title track with Scarface, is a good one. Table Dance with Jazzy Faye. Drugs with Devin the Dude. And Total Coincidence, but with Gangsta Black. Let's Be Friends. Great album, but I have to say his 2 albums prior to this, you have Peace of Mind and Now or Never. Those are definitely a lot better than this one. And again, that first Tila album, Peace of Mind, a total masterpiece. I'd love to get that on CD. The place I was looking at, it's pretty expensive to get a used copy of that, but maybe one day. Big Crit, Live from the Underground. 2012 on Def Jam. Where was Big Crit from? Mississippi, Alabama? I should know that. But what people really liked about Big Crit is that he was a very talented rapper, but stayed true to the Southern style. It was just a little bit for everyone, but the best song on here for sure was definitely... Well, I like Live from the Underground, the second song. But Hydroplaning featuring Devin the Dude, that's the clear highlight. I just have this memory of just driving on a summer day, just putting that song on repeat. And so I always think about when I hear this one. Lil Troy, Sittin' Fat Down South. This album seemed to have escaped my Houston rap series. I guess I just couldn't find the album at the time. This had the big hit, Wanna Be a Baller. My favorites on here were definitely Ain't No Love, Chop Chop Chop, Where's the Love, Still a Bitch. Kind of reminds me of Trick Daddy insofar as that you'll find many songs where Lil Troy or Trick Daddy are not even rapping. It's just kind of their album and they put it together. Shortstop Records, 1999. And finally, this is called Based on a True Story by 2 Chainz. This came out Def Jam 2012. So I never took 2 Chainz seriously. I think he actually initially came from Ludacris's crew, then changed his name and started doing his own thing. But when I say I never took him seriously, that was until I started hearing high praise from people I respected who said, he's a better rapper than you think, and even when he's not really impressing, it's fun music. I don't have a track listing on the back, and I'm not going to waste your time. That's it. Another dozen or so Southern rap albums. Thanks for watching.